Hello everyone, hello YouTube, hello my friends. First of all, Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year. I hope next year will be better for everyone. Just to introduce my car, because this video is going to be about my car. I have the 2018 Infiniti Q50 3-liter turbo all-wheel drive. Car drive great. My car did quarter mile 11.67 and 119 mile per hour. My 8th mile is 7.41 and the 95 mile per hour. My 0 to 63.3 second. Car is tuned by AMS Red Alpha and has the Megan's downpipe and BMS called air intake. So the car had no issues since I bought it last April. I bought the car used, still certified. I bought it with 32,000 mile on it, and I changed oil the week I bought the car. Then I changed oil last month when the car had about 37,000 mile. Actually, it has like 37,000 mile, yeah. And driving the car fine. I mean, the last month really I didn't push this car to the limit, and I just drive it normal, home to Starbucks, home. I've been traveling so much, so I didn't really get to drive the car. So I don't believe the car had a lot of pressure on. So what happened, the car started making knocking noise from the engine. I start hearing knocking noise from the engine, especially when the car downshift. So well, I parked the car on the side of the road and I just pop the hood and listen to that engine knocking, give it a couple of revs, and there's like obvious knocking. I took a video, I sent it to one of my friends. He's a Q50 guy, and he said, I don't know, just take it to the dealership as soon as possible. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I will do that. So I called the dealership. It was around 4 afternoon, I believe, and they told me we can see you tomorrow next day at 8 a.m. We don't have any appointments now, but you're welcome to drop off the car. I told them, all right. Well, I couldn't wait until next day. I just get more concerned, so I drove to the dealership. I drove the car. So the car drove fine on the highway, normal acceleration. I couldn't hear any knocking noise when I accelerate, but it's probably because of the noise from the highway. Anyway, I get to the dealership and the guy came to me and looked at the car and he said, hey, but I still can't see you until tomorrow though. I told him, but is it normal, this knocking? It's abnormal, but what the abnormal is, I don't have any alarm in the dash, like no check engine light, no nothing at all, you know, and car just driving fine. And he said, yeah, we'll look at it tomorrow. You can just drop it off now here, or you want to bring it back tomorrow? Well, I told him, you think I can drive it until tomorrow? And he said, I see no reason. That's what he exactly said, but it's not his fault, it's my fault. I choose to drive the car back home. Told him, okay, well, I'm gonna drive the car back home. I'll just bring it next day, because it was like drivable. It was easy, like I didn't see any problem stopping me from driving, you know. Anyway, I took the car home. I drove about 4 miles. The dealership is like just not far away from my house. By the time I get almost to the house, the car start knocking more. I hear more knocking noise, and the power starts really dying, and the car like looks like just barely moving. So I parked by a small shop, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna drive it no more, and I will just go ahead and check this oil. It's probably oil issue. So while I was driving, like my brain like very busy thinking, could be a belt issue, could be, I don't know, bearing issue, something like this. Could be oil. But I know I just changed the oil not a long time ago. Like it was 40,000 mile in the car when it started having this problem. So it's like within 3,000 mile after oil change, oil might be low, but not to the point making issue, you know. It's like still there is oil in my belief, and I checked the oil life here, and it's still giving me like 5,000 mile or whatever to change oil. So I didn't really care about what the car giving me that moment. I look at the oil stick, and it was very low. Yeah, it was very low, almost nothing. but no overheating, nothing. Car looks fine. I restart the car at start minute, like even less than minute, 5 seconds probably, and the engine die, and the noise get like knocking noise get worse. And then I said, okay, well, I'm gonna get this car to the dealership. In that moment, I said, okay, well, I shouldn't probably drive it. Probably just should left it in the dealership today. But this issue was like, it didn't caused by me driving. It was almost like already there, and it's just gonna get worse anyway. So I called the dealership, told them I'm bringing the car back and I'll leave it there and you guys can start tomorrow on it. Anyway, I arranged with Infiniti. We couldn't get the car towed until next morning, but I didn't like move it from that spot. I parked the car. I talked to the shop inside. I told them I'm gonna leave the car here. I need to get it towed. They were cool with that. They were the people who changed my oil anyway, so they were okay with me leaving the car. So I get the car next day to the dealership. They look at the car and they said, well, this car need to be, there's something internal from the engine. We need to take the engine apart, and we don't know, have no answer for you. That might take until next day morning. They were packed with people, packed with customers. And I told them, all right, so I'll wait. They said probably this afternoon, probably will hear from me tomorrow morning, just to tell you what's going on. I was upfront, very honest with the dealership. I told them all the mods on the car and things like that. I didn't really like, I didn't trick them. So they offered me a loaner, 2020 Q50. I think that 2-liter turbocharged engine, it's awful from engine wise, but the car is okay. Anyway, I'm very thankful, they offered me loaner. They didn't have to, because the car they fixing, it's not bought from them. So anyway, I'm really thankful for that. I went home with the loaner. I left my car there. That day afternoon, I text the dealership, which is they offer that texting message between you and the service advisor. And he said, hey, I won't have anything update until tomorrow morning. So I was like, all right. Next day morning at 10 a.m. I text him and he said, yeah, we found the metal on the oil pan and there's something coming from the engine block. So we're still waiting for Infiniti to see what they allow us to do. In that moment, he wasn't sure if Infiniti will cover, the warranty will cover. I wasn't sure. I was so stressed, actually. I was like, I should probably just trick these people, just have peace of mind. But it's not really me who do that thing. So I was like, all right, I'm going to drive to the dealership and just have a conversation with him. I'm gonna wait there until Infiniti say something. So while I'm driving there, I get text message from him saying engine approved. It was like big relief to me, like, oh my god, engine approved, that's good. But I still want to know what kind engine approved. They want to rebuild it, they want to change the engine, whatever. I made it to the dealership and he said, yeah, Infiniti will cover it, and they didn't allow us to work on the engine. We're getting you a new engine. Cool. He said, you just need to give us some time because we're packed and we're coming on holidays and things like that. And in that moment, I was very relieved, to the point, if he told me it will take a year, I will be happy. Because like the big part is warranty will cover and car is fixable. They will change the engine. They're not going to rebuild it, and they might probably cause another issue, or probably it's not going to work out and we have to bring the car back. So they're changing all the engine. That's good. Well, he told me it's gonna take 7 days probably, or 8 days for you to get the car. It's nothing. It's like very short period. If you put your car in shop, especially if it's engine issue, in holidays, you're talking about at least 2-3 weeks. But these guys at Infiniti, they were great, very quick, sufficient. And I know I bothered them so much with me, texting them every day, couple of times, asking about the car. And when a car guy leave his car in shop, it's like leaving a family member in hospital. You gotta check on it. You can't just go with, okay, see you in 2 weeks, bye. I just couldn't do it. And they were very patient with me. I really appreciate them. So I told him okay, and he said no charge, and they will cover everything. And I have the loaner. I waited. Took them like 7-8 days. I have my car back. Well, car is doing good. A new engine and new turbos. Actually, they changed the turbos too. So and it's all good, you know. So I've been driving the car. I put now, after the new engine, 179 mile on it, because I need to drive it like for 500 mile, easy, smooth, just to break the new engine. And I'm happy with the car. It feels way better. It, even with less than half throttle for now, it pulls better. Gas mileage is way better. The car before it has the issue, it was doing 15.2 mile per gallon. Now it's doing about 20 mile per gallon. And I know I'm not doing full throttle, but still, I'm sure even with full throttle we're still doing the same, I mean, or a little bit less. So I expect the average with full throttle and everything later to be 17 to 18 mile per gallon. So I'm happy with that, really. And I have peace of mind, the car is good. So what I learned from this is, I don't know if the guys who changed my oil last time really changed it. I am not sure. But I will go with, I believe they did change the oil. I think, and it's logic, car making more boost than normal because of tune, it burn more oil. So I think 3,000 mile is the maximum you can go with tuned car without changing oil. I believe 2,000 even. So I'm going to get the catch oil can, and I'm going to be checking oil more often. And I don't know, it's gonna be my OCD now with the oil for real. So I probably will check it every day for the next year. So I kind of learned lesson from this. Don't rely on the car with alarms and things like that. I mean, some guys tell me, and I read in some online forum, that, oh, this Q50 doesn't give you any alarm about oil. All right, but does it give you alarm about check engine light or whatever? Engine was dying. My engine was dying, and nothing at all. I mean, they have car fine. Look at the dash. There is nothing, no codes. I run codes on the car, no codes. Nothing was like there. So I don't know if it's like an issue with the car also not having check engine lights or things like this. I don't know if it's like a problem from my car only, or I have no idea really. But anyway, the car now is running good, and I'm happy with the repair. I'm happy with the service I received from the dealership, and I'm happy with Infiniti warranty for real. And I really appreciate everyone watching this video, and I hope someone has learned something. Y'all have a good day. You have a blessed holidays, and enjoy it. Bye.